What is depression epistemology? Let's talk about it. I don't talk too much about my own mental health on this channel. Yes, I do talk about ADHD some because it's a new thing and I just read 5 books about it. As a content creator, I try to balance it being important to be open about mental health issues like depression in public with generally construed men with microphones on the internet just sort of unreflectively run their mouths a lot, and that's a net negative for society. So with the caveat that I am not a mental health professional, I'm a bioethicist. Depression epistemology is a phrase that I made up to help me understand something that my therapist was explaining to me. Epistemology is the philosophical study of knowledge. How do we know? How are we justified in our beliefs about things? I believe that supernova exists and black holes exist, even though I've never seen either of them with my own eyes. How am I justified in believing things that I have not personally experienced any data for? We can get lost in the philosophical sauce about this, but it works with the concept of depression because when your brain is out of whack, and by your, I mean mine, your ability to accurately perceive the world, specifically the good things about yourself, is diminished. Part of the work of philosophy is asking the question of how we can be justified in coming to the conclusions that we come to. Why am I going so much in detail about this? Because when you have a mental illness or even a neurodiverse experience of the world, it affects your perception. I'm sharing this with you, not as an expert, but as someone who just finally clicked in my head that your brain is constantly interpreting the world around you. And when your neurochemistry is messed up, your interpretations are messed up. And you don't need to trust every negative thought that you have. How necessarily to get out of the negative spirals, that's not my job to tell you. That's your therapists and your books and your friends and connecting with people and mindfulness and all these sorts of things that I have no specific expertise. So I have to have epistemic humility about what I can actually speak with authority on, and none of those things are it. No doubt sometimes your instincts are correct, but sometimes the depressed brain or the anxious brain does not have the epistemic authority to make the claim in a justified way that you are as bad as you tell yourself that you are.